Hi, I'm Michelle Fox. Welcome to my channel, Michelle Fox Beauty. If it's your first time here, I'd like you to know that I've got over 20 years experience in the skincare and makeup field. And my passion in particular is to show women over 40 how to be their youthful best without a lot of complicated steps or expensive procedures. And in particular, we're going to be talking today about how to remove or lessen dark spots on our face. Every week, I'm going to bring something new to you, and there's always a freebie at the end. So stick with me till the very end. If you enjoyed this video and find something useful, make sure that you like it, hit the bell so that you don't miss the next one, and subscribe to my channel. I sure do appreciate it. Now, let's get going. We are going to talk about 3 ways to lighten dark spots. People ask me all the time, what can I do about the dark spots on my face? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about the age spots. Some people call them freckles. They're adorable when they're on children. You can call them freckles then, but it's the discoloration, the hyperpigmentation. It can be in the around the perimeter of your face. There can be patches just in one particular area of your face. I know my grandparents called them liver spots. Sunspots is another common expression, but it's basically an excess amount of melanin in your skin. And we don't like it because we all want even toned skin. We want our skin to have a nice, smooth, all over, same color so that it just has a more pleasant overall look. And typically, as we age, we have more issues with discoloration. And bottom line, what it is sun damage. So we are asking ourselves what can be done about the damage that has already been done, and what should we do to prevent it? So the first thing that we need to think about is, where is it located on our body? Literally, we've got 3 layers of skin. We have the outer layer of skin, which is the epidermis. The inner layer is the dermis, and then, or the middle layer, and then the deepest layer is the fatty layer, and that is the hypodermis, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I better double check that. The discoloration is fortunately on that outer layer. So the first thing that you can do to address these dark spots is to exfoliate. We have several different methods of exfoliating. Some you've heard of, some you probably haven't. We can exfoliate using physical exfoliation, like a scrub or something like a microdermabrasion. Used to be that you had to go to a dermatologist's office to experience microderm, but now you can do it at home. There are some are better than others, so you want to investigate that. You can also do a chemical exfoliation, and that is when there's an active ingredient like a glycolic acid that is being absorbed into your face, and it is dissolving that layer of skin, not only from the outside, but it is seeping in and it's removing it from the inside out. So it's particularly effective. Both of those are great ways to exfoliate. Beyond that, you can seek the help of a professional and have certain areas of your face actually frozen. Yes, I said that. Frozen. That's cryogenics. I feel like I'm talking about a, space novel or something, but that can be done. Freeze it off. You can also have light therapy done. I don't understand how that works, but I know that it's for real. And you can have laser treatment done. And although you might see lots of things advertised about laser treatments that you can just buy it and do it at home, that is not the same as having it done by a professional. If you're going to have that done, you want to have it done for real in a dermatologist's office. Okay. So the first way is to exfoliate to get a layer of the dead skin. A lot of that is going to be where that pigment is located. So you are getting rid of that top layer so you're ahead of the game. Okay. Then you're going to attack it the second way, which is medication or basically treating it or your skincare. The ingredients that we have now may have some of maybe the same as what you've heard of in the past, but they are formulated differently. So let me give you an example. Back in the day, if you wanted to use hydroquinone, a product with that in it, and you had a spot, you were instructed to put it on the spot only. And if you got it outside of that area, it would lighten the skin outside that area and it would have a halo effect because it's almost impossible to get it exactly on that area and not beyond. Plus, the warmth of your body is going to kind of pull it out a little bit. So hydroquinone, especially in my mind, I thought, oh, I don't think that that's a good option. But it's come a long way, baby, where now I don't know what they've done. I'm not a scientist, but I know that now the products that contain it have you put it on your entire face and it knows where to target. It knows obviously where the excess pigment is. And so it goes to work where the excess pigment is, leaves the rest of your face alone, apparently, and it evens out. So there are advancements that have been made. So fear not if you've tried it in the past and thought, I didn't really have a great experience with that. It's a lot better. It's a lot more sophisticated. So give it another try. So ingredients that you want to look for are hydroquinone, but also vitamin C. That's a big buzzword these days. Vitamin C does a lot of really cool stuff. And one of them is to lighten and brighten your skin. So vitamin C serums and creams are the way to go. And it will usually list that as one of the attributes. So double check that. Whoops. And also retinol. Retinol is my friend. Retinol does it all, but for sure it will address the issue of the dark spots. Retinol, again, is an acid. It's an alpha hydroxy acid. And, the word acid sounds so extreme, but it is an active ingredient that is working on the surface of your skin. And it is basically, for lack of a better word, dissolving that layer of skin. And that top layer is where that discoloration is. So the first way was exfoliation. We are removing the dead skin that has some of that dark, the excess pigment. The second way is what I'm calling medication, which is where we are treating the skin, the fresh skin now that's been exposed, and we are further removing that dark skin that is left, or the dark patches, the dark pigment. And the third is that after we've done that, to cover it. I that might seem simplistic, but I know so many people that are anti-foundation or that just don't think that, taking the time to use a concealer or something like that, that it would matter. But it makes a huge difference. So by the time that you have exfoliated and you've treated your skin and you are using a great skincare program morning and night, and you've moisturized and you put on a quality foundation that matches your undertone, and then you do a little bit of powder, some concealer here and there, you're going to look like $1,000,000. And that is part of it. I don't know that you will ever, depending on how bad the discoloration is, that you will ever be back to what you looked like when you were 12. But I can tell you this, that every little step is going to get you closer to it. And while you're waiting to get to, that level of perfection that you're hoping to attain, go ahead and use your foundation and concealer. And if you don't know what your best shade is, then go to a cosmetics counter or seek out the advice of a consultant or get online and Google it. There are some questions you can ask to discover your undertone. It's easier than you might think. And if you've had bad experiences with foundation in the past, again, it's come a long way. It's not always heavy. It doesn't have to look fake. I mean, look at me. So I really think that If it's a combination of consistently having a great skincare program, introducing some kind of intense exfoliation, your choice. It can be, like I said, some kind of microderm, chemical peel, a dermatologist, some kind of treatment there. Again, I prefer home treatments because they're usually less expensive. Then you want to use a quality product to treat that fresh skin, and then that's going to further diminish the darkness that's there. And as we are waiting for our results, we are going to cover it, camouflage it with our quality foundation, concealer, maybe a little mineral powder. You will be amazed at the difference. You really will. And take a picture, because sometimes changes are changes are happening, but we don't realize it. We don't give ourselves credit because we see ourselves every day and we don't see the minuscule little changes. But clean your face really well, get in really good daylight and take a close-up picture of your face. Use this regimen for a couple of weeks, take another picture, then go to the 6-week mark and take another picture and really evaluate it, because I believe you are going to see a huge difference, and it will just validate what you're doing and it will encourage you to keep going. And then when you have reached, whatever level you're happy with, then you won't have to do it quite as frequently and it will be much easier to maintain. So that brings me to this. The reason that we got it is because of sun damage. So you have to use quality. I use that word a lot. Quality sunscreen, because not everything is. Sunscreen is an active ingredient. Active ingredients have a shelf life. You want to be checking the dates on your retinol, your sunscreen, your vitamin C products. Make sure they're not expired. Once they expire, they're not as intense, they're not as powerful, they're not as effective. So you want to be using a good quality sunscreen on your face. The sunscreen that is in your foundation or in your moisturizer, that's great, but that's sort of like, a bonus. You need sunscreen for real, especially in the summertime. Use a hat when you're at the beach. Use sunglasses for your eyes. Do as much as you can to protect yourself from the sun. It will pay off. I've got a cheat sheet below this video. All you need to do is click the link and it will remind you of the 3 ways to diminish dark spots. You can take that with you as you're shopping or looking for an appointment, or however you decide to pursue this. But I wish you all the best, and remember to come right back here next week for another tutorial. I hope that you found value in this. If you did, remember, like it, hit the bell, subscribe to my channel. I always try to bring you something new, something interesting, something relevant, and keep it simple, sweetie. Thanks so much. This is Michelle Fox. I will see you next time.